I can tell you one thing, if you have this many blankets on, you're never gonna be cold, ever again. Come on, Inez, here. It's just heavy on your chest. Help! Help! Somebody! Help! What's up, guys? Dan here, Coalcracker, at the shop today, sending orders out on Black Friday, but super excited because our Frontier and our Frontier Heavy blankets are finally back in stock. Now, they might not be as big and as heavy as all that wool that was piled on top of me, and luckily I was saved, but they are just absolutely massive blankets. Super warm, super comfortable. So I wanted to let everybody know that they are back in stock. We have, like I said, two. We have the Frontier, which is 110 by 110 and comes in at approximately 7 pounds, and that is this here. And then we have the Frontier Heavy, the most popular one, and that is a double layer wool, okay? And that one, that comes in at close to 14 pounds, again 110 by 110, so lots of room to use for a lot of different configurations when you're out and about. You can also team these things up, as you saw in a recent video that we did, with something like a sleeping bag, not only to protect the sleeping bag and that more modern style material from campfire embers, but also just to add another layer of warmth and wind protection. So lots with the wool blankets, and you know we're huge fans of taking on the challenge of fighting the cold with just wool, so it's definitely an exciting thing. But they're also great for around the house and in the car and everything else. We actually have one on our bed. It's a king size bed, and it drapes over really nice. So all right, enough of the sales pitch. Let's get into today. I'm going to show you a way that I use my wool blanket, these heavier ones, when I'm out and I'm camping with them, because they are, like I said, they're huge. So you can do the taco burrito method, but there's another fun way to use these, and it's probably became my favorite way of wrapping up in a heavy double layer blanket. All right, so you can see how big this blanket is. I'm a big dude, and look at it. There's still lots. It's hanging over the edges and stuff like that. So typically what we think about is the burrito style, which I'm gonna do real quick, just for a quick little refresher for all of you. So with the burrito style, all you're gonna do is you're gonna take the bottom corner, you're gonna lay it like a diamond, pull it up over your feet. We have one layer of wool underneath us. Now we wrap this way, make it all nice. Tuck under, that gives us 2 layers of wool underneath, one on top, and then throw this over, this under, and then you can adjust this top section however you would like. Now, thinking of that, we have 3 layers of wool underneath us and 2 on top, but this is a double blanket. So guess what? 6 layers of wool underneath, 4 on top. Think of the warmth there. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. Now, if I undo this, spin around like a break dancer, and we open this up, my favorite way to do the blanket, way you lay the blanket out. Now I have my son Jax, which you've seen in videos and you've seen at class here before. He's getting ready to go play turkey bowl with a bunch of kids. That's why we're dressed like this, right? All right, so point being, what we're gonna do, you lay your blanket out nice and flat like this, and then take the bottom section where your feet are gonna be, and all we're gonna do is we're gonna fold that up. And in this case, because the blanket's so big, you can fold it up about 2 foot. So that is going to now create this space where my hand's jiggling, all right, for your foot box. Now what we're gonna do at this point is Jax is gonna hand me that side, and we're actually gonna fold this over just like this. All right, now at this point we have a closed foot box. My foot can't slide out the bottom of this. So it's really nice in this fashion to be able to do this, because if you just flip your blanket over throughout the night, generally it opens up and then you get a cold draft underneath. So now my feet are inside here. If it gets super cold, you go to the bottom, and now you have a lot of wool on top of you. But again, being a double layer blanket, we have 2 layers above us, okay? And then we have 2, 4, 6 layers underneath us. So lots of wool underneath us to keep us nice and toasty. But then you can always adjust where your foot lays in that box, and it works really well. If you really want to close this thing in, you just take your needle and your thread, and you can just thread up the side of this foot box, locking it in place. Or you can also use, which I know Sergio, one of my instructors, does all the time, safety pins, okay? It just goes right up the side with a few, it locks it in place and holds it in really, really well. And then the back compartment here, here is just like a fold-over sleeping bag. So that works really well to get in and out of, and you're really comfortable, and there's a lot of room this way to be able to move around. All right, guys, and just like that, another tool for the toolbox and another cool product that I know you're all going to love. So check them out on our website. They're still listed under new products because we haven't had these in stock for a while. We do make them all in-house, so we just get the raw wool and then we cut them to size, we seam them, and then we edge them and do everything here. So yeah, produced here right in Frackville, PA. So if you like this video, hit like and subscribe down below. You can also check out the wool blankets. The link is in the description. And until next video, stay in the woods.